source for education. It'll allow you to take advanced classes. It will allow you to walk into those classes and not struggle. Nobody wants to struggle, but the way that you set yourself up for success is that you focus on the foundations that you're going to need in order to be successful. And this game is also designed to help do that. Help give you the skills that you need so that as you traverse in mathematics, you will have the confidence, the prior skills, and the prior success so you can expect success, okay? So look, let me, I can talk to you guys forever, but I want to talk a little bit about using this tool. And this tool is not only good for all students, but if you know some people that are struggling, you should tell them about this. Because nobody else on this planet has this game. They don't have it. So by telling them, you can help them a lot. If you have relatives in other states, tell them about the game, because it will help them, okay? So we talked a little bit about setting the stage for success. Talk to your kids about the importance of mathematics if you don't talk to them about nothing. Math is so important that you want to stress it, you want to make sure that they are attending to it, and then you want to help them. Everybody in this room will be able to help their kids with math with this game. And the beautiful thing about it is that at this level, when your kids are in elementary, middle school, most parents, if they really cared about their kids, they could actually help them. All they have to do is turn the TV off and spend some time. They can actually do it because the math is not so difficult at the elementary and middle school level that you can't do it. Most textbooks have examples of virtually everything there, and also if your students, your kids are having any difficulty, you go out of your way. Go to the parent-teachers meetings, counsel with the teacher. They want your kids to do well in school, but they also want to know that it matters to you. That it matters to you. Because some parents take the attitude, I send my kids to school and they're going to fix them. They're going to teach them everything they need to know. That's a poor premise to start off with. And it really, your children know when you care, because that means you're going to apply yourself and you're going to spend some time, okay? Teaching them what they need to know. So, okay, this game is flexible. And so look, we're going to go ahead and get started. Well, what I want you to do, I want you to take those notebooks, put them under the table. You won't need anything on top of your table. And I'd like for you to sit in groups of 4 to 6 people at a table. 4 to 6 people, okay? 4 to 6 people, and don't be afraid to sit with somebody you don't know. It's a perfect opportunity to get to know somebody else. So, Miss Manning. I'm going to use some of these that you're going to use in this. Okay. I just want to make sure, because we're going to take care. I'm just going to be using. How many people do we have? Who can count really good? Tell me how many people are here. I'll do that.
I got messed up.
What I did, let me see if I can accommodate them without opening theirs first.
Okay.
Because I'd rather do that.
Yeah, so that they can have it fresh and
Yes, that's what I'm like.
I like that too.
Okay, let's see if we can do that. Let me just see. Amazing.
I wonder what she does in school.
It's funny feeling I spilled some. see how many tables we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tables. So we're gonna set up 6. See if, and what you can do is you can take one of the boxes. All right. Now I want to tell you guys what the components are going to be for this game. In most of the sets, matter of fact, let me just. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to show you. You guys are going to be getting these starter sets today. This starter set here has in it a deck of cards. It also has in it what's called mathematics function bars. These are similar to diamonds, but they're not. They are hex rods. They have scientific notations on them that indicate the operations that are used in the game. Okay? So these are going to be called mathematics function bars. I'm going to be asking you guys whether you remember the name too. So you could mathematics function bars, okay? This is the mastery set here. It has 2 decks. This red deck is a more difficult one that involves positive and negative values and fractions, okay? And I'll show it to you. But right now, I'm gonna be using some sample sets, so you won't have this in front of you. You'll just have the decks, and you'll have a function bar. And let me say, this starter set has 3 mathematics function bars. They are for 3 different levels of play. The game can be played using either of the bars, okay? One of these bars deals with strictly addition and subtraction, another with multiplication, division, and the third bar has all 4 operations, okay? For our purpose today, we're going to be using, is there anybody here that know how to multiply? Okay, so you guys, that doesn't know how to multiply. Okay, so look, the students in this room who don't know how to multiply, we're gonna have to help them. And let me just say this game is about helping everybody. This is a game where you will be talking, so it's auditory. You're gonna be able to see what other people are doing, so it's visual. You're gonna have plenty of good examples, and it's also kinesthetic to help make sure people are paying attention. You're gonna have to use your hands. That's why it was created to be interactive. Okay, so we're gonna be using a bar that has all 4 operations, which means that some of these students will need a little scaffolding. They're gonna need a little help. Okay, and that's what we wanna do. So we're gonna model that, and we will be circulating around to make sure that everybody's able to deal with that. Okay, and do that. So, let's go right ahead and pass out a deck to each group, each table. And look, we're gonna make one person in charge. Who wants to be in charge? Adult. No, we're gonna have an adult be in charge. Oh, you wanna be in charge? All right, let's let you be in charge. How's that? Okay, so look, and this is a bar. That's called a mathematics. I'm gonna show you what to do with that in a minute. Who's gonna be in charge at this table? You all gonna be in charge, man? Look, you wanna be in charge? Okay, you be in charge at this table. And then you'll get an opportunity to be in charge. Who's gonna be in charge over here? Big five. All right. For you? That's right. Yeah, I'll find some more. Who's gonna be in charge over here? Let's let you be in charge. And who's in charge over here? All right, now there's 6 people here. All right, great. Here's yours. Okay. And we have this table here. Who's in charge? Who wants to be in charge? There you go. Raise it. And you, okay, I see you're eager, huh? He's eager, okay, so between the 2 of you, we need another deck here. You can put up those little flags, those little skateboards. I see that. All right. All right, now, let me say this too. Gold, I like that. Okay, so now, does every table have a bar? Every table has a bar. Okay, what is this bar called again? Ooh, somebody, smart. Those are, you get gold stars for that, for sure. Okay, so now, let me say that what I want you to do, is there another one? There's two types of cards. Whoever has the cards, I want you to separate the red cards from the green cards. And look, the red cards, those are called red factor cards. Can you say red factor cards? Red factor cards. And look, the green cards, they're called green players cards. What about that? Can you say green players cards? Green players cards. Excellent, excellent. Okay, so now that means we have two types, and we're going to be separating these red ones. All we want to do is take these and mix them up, okay? Just mix those cards up, and they're going to go in the center, just like that face up, so you can see the values. Now, whoever has the green players cards, I want you to take these cards and shuffle them. Shuffle them just like you would any other deck. Shuffle them. And if you're not really good with shuffling, let somebody else do it. And you know, I also want to say this game is a great way for grandparents to help out when they're like babysitting. This game is good for your memory too, because everybody needs that memory. This will keep those brain cells firing away. Now look, anybody that doesn't want their brain cells to do that, you need to think about it again, because we're not God. We still have a lot to contribute. Okay, and so we need to be as sharp as we can too. Okay? Alrighty, so look, after you shuffle those cards really good, I want the person in charge of the cards to give each player 7 cards. 7 of the green cards, only the green ones. 7. Each person gets, yes, you can play too. This is not a game for kids, this is a game for families. For whole family. 7 cards each. And believe it or not, everybody gets 7.
You don't show it. You have to keep
So now, once everybody has 7 cards, guess what you're going to do next? You get to take those 7 cards and lay them out from the lowest value to the highest value, and put them close to you. Keep them close to your end of the table or your edge, because you're going to be playing in the center of the table.
Okay.
So low to high. Just lay them out. One card right after the next. From the lowest number to the highest number. And look, if there's any young player sitting at your table, help them out.
I need one more. I need 2 more.
Good job, good job. And look. Good job.
Okay, now lay them out.
Good.
Lowest to highest, right?
The lowest value to the highest
Lowest
value.
value to highest value. Near even. Okay, you have your lowest to highest.
Yeah, keep your cards close to you so that they don't get in the center of the table. Because we're going to be playing in the
Oh, not
center
in
of
the
the
center.
table, okay? So you come to the edge like that. Lowest value to highest value. Good job. Okay, so everybody has 7? Everybody has 7? Okay, so now you need to know, well, what do we do next, right? Okay. So look, that bar that you got, that mathematics, what kind of bar? That mathematics function bar. Right. And I'm going to show you what you do with it. This bar, and you have to develop a skill. There's a skill that goes along with it. You don't just throw it, you don't flip it like it's one of those skateboards. See, everybody's laughing, you know what I'm talking about. This bar, you're gonna roll it right out of the palm of your hand, just like that. It rolls like rolling logs, log roll. Okay? And look, I wanna tell you, if you look at this bar, I wanna tell you what's on it. Okay? This bar has notations on it, okay, or words, okay? It has add, if you roll it, it has player's choice, it has divide, subtract, multiply. Does everybody see that? And look, if everybody hasn't seen that bar, you should pass it around so everybody can see it. Pass it around so everybody sees the bar and look at it so you see what's on it. Okay, and you see those symbols that are there too, the X and the minus sign, those are symbols, okay? And look, there's also, you see there's numbers on the end of it, 1 through 6. Those numbers are on the bar so that in the event there's any question as to who goes first, second, third, or whatever, you can roll this bar to determine it. But for today's purpose, I want to start out with whoever I put in charge of the deck as being the first player. Okay? Or maybe I should, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go around the table and I'm going to assign who's going to be first. In this table, you're going to be first. Okay? That's for you. And over here, you're going to be first. Okay? All right. And so this table here, Big Pop is going to be first. Okay? And you're going to be first at this table. Okay? You got it? Okay. And over here at this table here, you're going to be first. Okay? You get to be first. That's right. And we're going to keep moving and let's make... Will you be first at this table? Yeah, but you're gonna have it. You will have it, okay? So now we know who's gonna be first at each table, okay? All right. So now here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna ask you to take that bar. Let me say one more thing first about the red factor cards. I'll have to explain these to you because these are kind of funny cards, okay? You notice they're red, so that's how you can tell the difference. These, like we said, when they're just mixed up, they're played in the center of the table. Every time a problem is created, now remember I said created, only when you make a problem, you're going to be using one of these red cards. And I'm going to show you how you use it in just a second. When you roll this bar, player number 1, raise your hand, player number 1. Who's player number 1? Okay, so look, maybe I should be over here. Okay. Every player number 1 is going to roll the bar out the palm of their hand and it's going to show an operation or it's going to show player's choice. But I don't want you to take player's choice first. We're going to start off with an operation because player's choice is the element of chance in this game. This is a skill-based game, but it also has an element of chance because that adds to the excitement in the game. You don't know what's going to happen, okay? So you're going to roll that bar. Player number 1, just roll that bar and find an operation. Now over here you have subtract. And look, hold it there at the table. Once you get an operation, hold it there, and I want to come to your table. This is subtraction, so remember you subtract. What do you have over here? Add. Okay. And what do you have at this table?
Add.
Okay, good. And what about over here? Good. And what about here? Okay, good. And you guys? Okay, good. So we're starting with adding and subtracting. Those are the first operations we learn in math. Those are inverse operations. So look, since it says add, player number 1, you're going to be, and let me ask you to do one more thing. Yes, and the reason, because we're going to be playing right out here in the center, okay? I'm going to ask player number 1 from each table. If your bar says, in this case it says subtract. So I'm going to ask you to pick a card from your hand, the 7 cards you have, any card that you see there, to create a subtraction problem. Now put this card down, okay? Now look, on this table, her bar says subtract. But the red card, the showing red card, this is a 9, okay? So there's a 9 on the red factor card showing. She put down an 8. And so now her problem is 9 minus 8. Okay, now look, when you create a problem, you have to say what it is. you articulate, and that's one of the standards, okay? Students have to explain what they did. And this, so you're creating a problem, so go ahead and say 9 minus 8, and also, when you create the problem, say the answer. Now look, the reason we're saying the answer, it's for the learner, the person in the group that might not know. Because we're not trying to embarrass anybody, what we're trying to do is help them to know. So we go ahead and say it. So you would say 9 minus 8 is...
9 minus 8 is?
So hers, she says 9 minus 8 is 1. And over here, what would you say? And you put down your card. So you say 5 plus 2 is what?
7.
Excellent. And over here, what would you do?
4 plus 5 is
4 plus 5 is?
9.
Is 9. Beautiful. Well done. And what about over here?
10 minus 3 equals 7.
10 minus 3 equals 7. Beautiful. Good job. And what about on this table?
10 minus 4 equals 6.
10 minus 4 equals 6. And look, you notice on those cards, even for the real young players, if they can read the 4, they can count the dots. Okay, so it's really important. Notice those features. So let me tell you now, what do you think player number 2, since player number 1 created the problem, player number 2 in turn is going to do what? Solve the problem. Okay, now look, and let me just start out over here. Since your problem was yours, right? Was 10 minus 4, and your answer is 6. Who's player number 2? Look, we're going to be going clockwise. This way, clockwise. So you're going to get to answer her problem. So she's already told you what the answer is. What did she say it was? 6. So what your job is to come up with 6. Now look, let me say this. When you create an answer to a problem, before I say that, let me say this. The object of the game will be to get rid of your cards or eliminate them. That's what you're trying to do, get rid of them, like most card games. The way you're going to do that is through creating the answer. In this case, you can use 1, 2, or 3 cards to make your answer. And you can look, you can use any mathematical operation. You can add, you can subtract, you can multiply, or you can divide. But look, since the object is to get rid of your cards, whenever possible, you want to make your answer with 3 cards using more than one operation. Okay, and let me model it over here for this table, and if the rest of you listen or watch, he needs to come up with 6. Okay, so look, what would you do to get your 6? How many ways can you get 6? From the cards that you have here, let's see, put your cards back, and you tell me how can you come up with 6? What combinations can you can do, look, could you take 10 and subtract 6 from it? I mean, subtract 4 from it? You could get 6 that way, right? That's one way. But this way only gets rid of 2 cards. So you're going to keep looking and see whether or not you can find a way to use 3 cards to make your 6. What else do you think? And you can help him out too. No, if you take 10 and subtract 4 from it, you have 6. But let me show you another way. Okay, look. You're looking for 6, so... Okay, he goes... Let's see what else he can do to get 6. You see a way he can use 3 cards to get 6? Do you? Okay, what would he do?
Her job is to try to come up with the answer that's 7.
10, what are you doing?
So using your card.
10 minus what?
You can't use that.
10 minus 3 is 7.
Plus 3 plus 4, so you have to make 7 using your
Okay,
card.
now let me tell you something. Here I am. Okay, what about this? What about if you had 10
You can add
minus 7? What is that? 10
not going to work because you have 5 on
is
there.
3. Excellent. Good job. And look, if anybody's struggling, you can ask somebody to help you. Okay, that's a skill too. Okay, so 10 minus 7 is 3.
But you're only using 2
What if
cards.
you added another 3 to that 3?
To make 7 out of
Would that give you 6? So in other words, 10 minus 7 is 3,
What about?
and we add 3 more, that gives us a 6. And you notice how you got rid of 3 cards that way? Okay, so keep your answer right here just for a minute. I'll be right back. Okay, what was your, what did you need over here? 9. Okay, so who's the next player? You. So what did you do? Keep these cards back this way. What did you do to get your 9, man?
Yeah, I don't know what the.
Okay, so look, 7 plus 2 is 9, right? What if you multiply that 9 times 1? This way you get rid of 3 cards. Wouldn't that be a good idea? Okay, let's see, is there another way you can do it? Yes. When you answer a problem, you can do anything you want. You can add, subtract, multiply. This is only for the creator of the problem. So look, let me show you another combination. You can go 7 minus 7 is what? 0 plus what? Plus 9. That leaves you with 3 cards. Okay, let's look and see if there's another way. All we're looking for is 9, right? Okay. What do you got? Excellent. Well, only 3 cards, not 4. Only 3 cards. Okay, there's another way. Let's see if there's another way. Anybody else see another way? Well, those two would be 18. You want to try to use, what we're trying to do is use 3 cards. So this is probably the best combination. 7 minus 7 is 0 plus 9. That's, in my mind, that'd be the first thing come to my mind. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to teach him to see all the different ways he can get his answer. So this is fine. Keep this here just for a minute and I'll come back and tell you what's next. Okay, did you guys figure out your answer down here? We did. What was your answer? And you were the one, right? You coming with the answer?
Yours should be 10, 5, 4.
So what did you have? You had 8 minus 9, 9 minus 8? Was that the problem? Okay, so your job was only to come up with 1, huh? Okay, so now how many ways can you come up with 1 that you see? Let me want me to show you a couple. No. You can add, subtract, or divide. So look, let me show you the ways I can do it. Okay? You just gotta come up with 1. You can do that. Look, what's 5 plus 5? Okay, and 10 minus what? 9 is what? Okay, now that's one way. Let's look for another way. We're just looking for 1. What is 2 plus 2? Okay, if we take 4 away from 5, what do we got? We got 1. So there's another way. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to discover all the ways you can come up with that 1. But you're looking for ways to do it where you're using 3 cards. So you can get rid of your cards.
But not only subtract.
No, you can add, subtract, multiply. You guys follow that? Are you following
Okay,
it?
we did this one just with subtracting.
Okay, I see. But look, it wasn't her problem. It wasn't her problem. It's only this young. She's next. We're going clockwise. Okay. So as we play, that's what's going to happen. Okay. All right. I'll be back to this table in just a minute. You keep, and if I were you, use this as your answer. Just keep it here. Your cards need to be back here, so they're not in the play. Okay. So they're not in the play. You only put them out when it's your turn. Okay. I'll be right back to show you the next step. So did you get your answer over here? What do we do? Okay, so your answer was 7. You couldn't see a way to do it with 3 cards? Why don't you multiply it times 1? And get rid of 3. And let's look, is there another way? Are you looking for a 7? Did you see a different way? 7 times 1, but that gets you only 2 cards. Is there another way? Okay. So what we're doing is we're looking for some possible ways. So this answer you want to keep. Okay, so this is your 3. That's your. And I'll be right back to you what's next. Okay. All right. So how you guys doing? Okay. only one person gives the answer, you take turns. So it's this young lady, what was yours? Yours is,
3 plus 6.
oh, she's playing too? Okay.
6 is 9.
Okay, times what, times
Times
what?
1.
Okay,
Equals 9.
so that's all you need. Okay, you only do it.